Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Tuesday about Business. It's Nancy Stidle from the Business Mission. I'm very delighted to be here with you today for Talk Tuesday about Business, 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission's Facebook page. My name's Nancy. I run the Business Mission, www.thebusinessmission.com, where you can visit our website where we list all our services and all our expertise. I've been in business for over 20 years and have started many of my own businesses and have helped many business owners achieve great success in their business. So what is Talk Tuesday? Talk Tuesday is a platform where I offer tips and advice, hopefully helping you in your business. If you do know anybody who is starting a business themselves, please feel free to send this podcast to them, send this Facebook Live to them. Maybe it might help them in business. But this live or this platform is very good for those who are starting off in business, or maybe they are in an existing business and they're having a bit of a challenge with their business, and hopefully these points will help them. So today we are going to talk about how to understand your own value and worth to benefit your business. A lot of people who start a business do not understand their own value and worth and how important that is when you start a business, okay? How do you price up your services and products, okay? How do you decide what prices you should offer on your services and products, okay? A lot of people just pull a number out of the hat. Where are you coming up with that? So we're going to discuss that. And finally, what assets can you add to your business to make it more valuable, so when you exit the business, it may be sold for thousands or millions, okay? Again, trying to understand how to put value in every day to build up an empire or a business in order for you to exit for a good lump sum of money that you can go off and do something else. Okay, so let's get cracking on to the first topic, which is how do you understand your own value and worth to benefit your business? Now, Bernie Hopkins says a very fantastic quote, which is, if you don't know your value, somebody else will tell you your value and it will be less than your worth, okay? Do you know your value worth, or do you often doubt yourself? Think about that for a minute. Do you know your own value or worth, or do you often doubt yourself? The thing is, if you don't know your value, own your own worth, and you don't ask to be paid accordingly for it, nobody will win. How do you know your value? How do you own your own price? And how do you start asking for what you're worth, okay? If you love what you do, know your value, be confident and know you can deliver, and then follow through. After all, you get to do what you love and make a difference for somebody else, okay? Knowing your value means nothing if you don't know how to communicate it. You have to communicate your value with respect. Remove your ego from the equation. Value comes down a lot to how you communicate it and the way you communicate it. When you tell people what you charge without wavering, it means you're 100% aware of your value and worth. It means you know your worth and you're honoring yourself enough to ask for it. Okay, knowing your true value helps you in every aspect of business. Okay, it makes your decision making skills sharper, and you are able to figure out the ideas. People and challenges should align with yourself. Okay, where value and worth comes from also is understanding your experience, understanding your talents, understanding. So for example, I have a master's degree in international business law. I'm in law school. There's a huge amount of knowledge value that I bring onto the table with my clients. I've been in business for 20 years. There's another chunk of value that I have gained over the years that I bring onto the table, okay? So those are all things. When you go out and ask people how much you should charge for something, I'm sorry, they're not gonna know your expertise. They don't know how long you've been in business, what your talents are, if you've got a degree, if you've been to school, and those things all add up to put value into your services and products. Stick to what your guts say and know your worth. Ask what you ask for, okay? Most of all, make sure you are always providing value and you're always being paid for what you're worth. And above all, just believe in yourself 100%. If somebody doesn't want to pay what you are asking, it's okay. There'll be somebody else that comes along. Okay, so don't feel desperate because somebody isn't willing to pay what you're worth. Okay, it's really important that you stay on guard for what you're worth and you don't settle for less. Okay, so hopefully that will give you some direction of understanding how to price up and knowing your worth and value in your business. It's Nancy Stidle from the Business Missions Facebook page, and I'm here today for Talk Tuesday about business. I'm here every Tuesday, 12 noon UK time, to offer tips and advice that may help you in your business. It would be wonderful to see every business succeed. Okay, so on to our next question is, how do I decide what prices I should offer on my services and products? Okay, so you really need to do a pricing strategy, which involves looking at things like, what are you selling, your product or service? Who are you selling it to? Okay, you need to know your audience. How are you going to get your audience to want what you are selling, and how to get them to pay for it? This really comes to manifesting it into the marketing. Okay, that's really where it is. Find out exactly who you are selling to. Who is your target audience? If you don't understand your target audience first, it is absolutely impossible to come up with pricing. Okay, manifest this audience. What I do with clients in a business plan is we create the avatar of the audience. Okay, not everybody is your audience. They can't be. You need to narrow it down to start with an audience, okay? Competitors are absolutely irrelevant. I don't agree with. I don't care if this person is charging this. If you are good at what you do, people will pay for that, okay? Find out the complete costs of developing or manufacturing or distribution and sales. Calculate all these expenses, incorporating with developing and delivering the product. Okay, and then set a margin that you can make money on. This margin you set on your product derives you from the research of the above steps. By this step, you should understand what your marketing costs are, what your manufacturing costs are, and other expenses. You should also make sure you are making enough profit to sustain a viable business. Okay, get the price you deserve for the product, and then come up with the price where you will make a considerable amount of profit off the product or service. Okay, think about your expenses and how you're going to cover them with the money that you are making off your product, okay? Because all too often, pricing is based simply on what they think people might pay instead of what the product or the service is. And most importantly, what they are worth. What are you worth in this equation, okay? So it's the whole entire package. It's a total mindset. Your worth, your pricing has to reflect this. And when it comes to pricing your own value, start by thinking about what you maybe earned as an employee and everything else you've learned throughout your career and experience you gained. That's what I said at the very beginning. Your formal qualifications, informal training, previous career, your reputation, skills, all should factor into the service offering, okay? Develop the perfect pricing mindset begins when you value yourself properly. I know a lot of people start businesses and they don't know who they are, or they might not love who they are. And that's just where they will be desperate to take any sort of business, okay? After all, when somebody chooses to work with you, they will be getting that unique combination of everything you are and everything you've done, okay? If you need help with your pricing, please do feel free to touch base with me, where I will brainstorm with you about helping you understand your value and worth. And it all comes down to confidence as well. Okay, so any issues with your pricing, you're not sure what to price up, come see me. I can definitely help you. Okay, so it's Nancy Steidel from Talk Tuesday About Business, 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission page. We're talking a bit about pricing today and how you can price, understanding your worth and value in what you do in your business as well. So we're going on to the final question. If you've enjoyed this so far, please feel free to share it with other people out there, or take these tips on board yourself. Okay, so finally, what assets can I add to the business to make it more valuable? So when I exit the business, it may be sold for thousands or millions. I think a lot of people who start a business, they don't understand the exit strategy because they haven't done a business plan, and so they won't understand that. So the exit is super important. Like when you build a house, you think of the exit strategy. What happens if the house catches on fire? How will you exit? If there was an emergency, how would you exit to get out alive? And that's the same with the business. You really need to do an exit strategy, first of all, to understand every day the value you need to put into this business. A really good example is a bit like Kate Middleton and Prince William. Okay, so her mother gave birth to Kate Middleton, and then she put her in the right shoes and gave her the right morals and gave her the right values, put her in the right education, fed her the right clothes, fed her the right food, gave her the right clothes, put her in the right schools, where she met William. Now, Kate moved out of house and exited from living with her mother and father to go into William's world. Okay, it doesn't mean that her mother is not part of it, but her mother has only a now small share in the growth of Kate. Okay, now Kate is with William and she's exited nicely. Okay, another example, if you do have a child, you put them in the right school and you educate them, they exit maybe to Harvard University, or they exit into their own life. And if you've done it right, it's going to bring you rewards back. Okay, so when you exit a business, you must add assets along the way to make it a valuable asset in the long run when you exit it. So you might merge it, you might have an acquisition. Look, at the end of the day, brutally honest, but we all pass away. What happens to your business? Does it just go to the ground after all that work you've done? Or do you exit it? So maybe you merge it, maybe you connect with some other business and take a percentage or sit on the board. You know, Mark Zuckerberg exit Facebook. So he's got a little chunk of Facebook, but he goes off and does something else. Melinda and Bill Gates have now a beautiful foundation that helps other people. And at the end of the day, they exited because they built an empire, which was Microsoft. Okay, so building a successful business needs to be more than just a great idea. Every potential idea must be backed by the right mindset with a long-term vision, not short-term, long-term, in order to build sustainability, market loyalty, and a strong brand vision, okay, and image. It's very important you understand every single thing and every asset you build into this business. It allows the business to gain more and become more valuable. Assets are items of value, such as business plans, trademarks, marketing strategies, brand strategies, property, equipment, which your company owns or lease in order to operate. Also human engagement, okay, like teams. They can also be means of creating value in your business. Like I said, intellectual property, customer relation, goodwill. Now, why are company assets so important? Okay, assets are important because they help you generate revenue. Excuse me. For example, you own the trademark, I don't know, John Smith. Okay, so there's the trademark, and then you franchise it out. Well, those people need to pay a licensee to use your name, and then use the product or the service or whatever. So there you've just generated some revenue, okay? It definitely increases your business value. I can tell you right now, if Nike went bust, like the side of the business went bust, but they still own the name, that name would have huge value. Okay, there's a good one. And facilitate the running of your business and reputation. It's super important to consider your assets from day one and how they can help you reach success as you grow a business. Okay, so here are some assets you need to achieve within your business to help your business grow value. First of all, of course, is the business plan and any strategies. So for example, you decide you're going to build a house and you don't do a business plan or you don't do a blueprint, you don't do anything, and then you try to go sell it. Well, the seller's going to say the buyer's going to say, where is the seller pack? Where is the blueprint? Where is the lease? Where are the deeds? Where are the land registry? And if you've got none, they're not going to buy your house. Okay, so do a business plan, do a marketing strategy, marketing plan, brand strategy. Now we've got a really nice pack. Okay, also people. Much of the time we neglect about people and human capable and part of the business, okay? However, the people you have on your side matter. The people you hire should all be quality, okay? That's another really important thing is the people, okay? You've got to be careful who you choose. Now, financials. It would be nice if you could just manage your startup without the need of financial assets. However, if you want to be successful, you need to have finance in it, okay? A small investment in a computer, the internet can start you help making money, okay? Later, the money you earn will be used for office or hiring a virtual assistant. Now that all starts to become a financial asset in the business, okay? Don't forget, number 3, your audience. That's a really big asset. Okay, your audience is one of the assets you need to move forward. So without somebody to buy your products or service, you will not go forward, okay? Your audience isn't just your current customers or clients. Your potential customers are also important, okay? As an entrepreneur, there's only one goal that you should be aiming at, okay? Is to turn this business into a wealth creating asset of value, okay? And when it comes to selling a business to an investor or even wanting to get an investor on board, the buyer and the investor will look at these following things, okay? The business is an asset of value if it is sellable, if it is fundable, if it has continuation to it, okay? It can keep going even after you have left. Building something special means creating a business that will solve a particular problem in a particular way, and make sure that your business is not solely dependent on you. You've got to build a business based on systems that can actually run without you. Now, being passionate about your business and purpose-driven is important. Purpose is the antidote to being overcome by passion. In any entrepreneur endeavor, the purpose should leave the legacy of the effort in play when you move on. You've got to diversify your revenue streams. And in order to increase the value of business, you must work on improving these variable assets, okay? Innovation is very important, okay? Very important to put together. And you must, like I said, hire the right people. You've got focus on finding and retaining new customers on a daily route. Eliminate tasks and activities that do not add value, okay? Do not add value. It's very important that you don't spend time in something that doesn't give you value into your business, okay? If there is a stagnated energy, unused social media platforms that you're not using, or staff that are just energy draining, you've got to let go of those, okay? And the pricing part is very important as well. Look for ways to improve your prices, okay? Reducing your overheads, that's very important as well. And advertising your brand exceptionally well is very important. Motivating and empowering your employees is very important as well. Okay, so those are just a little bit of tips there for adding value to the business in order to grow your business to success. In conclusion, you should keep a detailed record to help you understand where your company financially stands and how it's growing. For example, like one of my businesses I've got the website guy for the last God knows how many years. Every Friday, put an update. And as we look back, we can see all the value that we put into the business. Because sometimes when you're building a business, people are just looking from the outside and thinking, oh, she's done that. Oh, it's done. There's nothing to it. But actually, what they don't see is what's happening in the inside and how many years of value have been accumulating to it. Okay. Proper record keeping will enable you to face and offer the valuable asset to your business. Okay. And it will keep you on track as well. And it will, like I said, give the business valuable and vast asset into the business. Okay. So hopefully you can really understand there how important it is to put value in your business every day to grow it. And even when you start the business, to put the value in the business from day one. Like I said, if you build a house and you don't have a blueprint and you don't have land registry and you don't have a lease, a deed or whatever, there's no value in the house and it will be very, very, very hard to sell. And all that time you live in the house and all the time that the market goes up, fortunately, no one will buy it. The same with the business. When you start a business, please do a business plan, do a marketing strategy, marketing plan, brand strategy, social media strategy, sales strategy, trademark, your legal contracts, okay? There are 7 yummy, valuable assets that you have just put in the business, and your business is now worth something very interesting. Then there's the employees, then there's the innovation. You keep growing the business, and when somebody comes to buy your business, you'll say, yes, I have da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's really interesting. We're gonna buy it. Imagine a car with nothing but a steering wheel, or a car with a CD player, surround sound, leather seats, airbags. This is more interesting. Okay, I hope that has given you some direction and some tips. If you do need help with understanding the value, the pricing, the assets that you need to put into your business, please feel free to touch base with me, info@the Business Missions Facebook page. You can also drop us a message on the Facebook page of the Business Mission, and email info@the Business Mission. You can go to our website, www.thebusinessmission.com. It's Nancy Stottle from the Business Mission. Delighted to be here with you all today. And I'm signing off now, and I will see you next Tuesday, 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission's Facebook page. Have a wonderful and productive week ahead in your business.